Lauren. I got a knock on the door yesterday and the FedEx man dropped off a package. I wasn't expecting anything, but Jones Road sent me the Bobbi Kit 2.0. I was not expecting this, and it was literally the happiest mail day. I was in the middle of cutting my husband's hair and I nearly screamed, and he was like, "You have to finish cutting my hair first. You can't go opening that right now." I'm like, okay, fine, you're right. So the Bobbi Kit is launched in celebration of Jones Road's second birthday. If you're new to my channel, hi, I love Jones Road. I've been reviewing their products since they first launched. Love them so, so much. So the Bobbi Kit has 5 different products in it. Let me show you. It comes in this little Tyvek mailer bag. So let's talk about what is in this mailer. Got it all in my hand. In this, you have the best pencil in the shade brown. You've got the lip and cheek stick in English Rose, the best eyeshadow in Smokey Grey, the cool gloss in, what shade is it? Nude Beige, and a never before launched or seen product. It is going to be their new bronzer. I have the shade medium tan. There are 2 shades of this. So if you are choosing one of the Bobbi Kits, if you are normally deeper than shade 20 in their face pencil, you would go with the Terracotta instead of medium tan. If you are on the fairer side like myself, medium tan is going to be your option that you would select. So, fun story with some of this. The shades that Bobbi put in her kit happen to be a top-up of some of my own personal favorites. I love Jones Road products. I think I've said that a million times before, but I already had the shade Smokey Grey, which I think is one of the most beautiful smoky eye colors. It's such an easy one and done kind of shade. Their brown pencil is honestly one of my absolute favorites. Like let's hear it for like how tiny it's starting to get. I love this shade. It has like the subtlest hint of shimmer to it. Just makes your eyes look so beautiful and sparkling. And then the English Rose lip and cheek, you can see mine has been quite well loved and like kind of squished in there accidentally. I have to like make sure I always roll it down now. But I literally had to go downstairs and fish this out of one of my bags because I carry it with me. So definitely a huge Jones Road fan. Was so excited to receive this mailer because it's literally a top up of some of my favorite shades that I already have. So let's go ahead and get some of it on my face. I went ahead and prepped my face. I did my base and my brows just because I don't have the face pencils anymore, and I haven't gotten the foundation just because I think it is probably a little bit better on drier skin types, and I tend to be a little more combination, can get a little greasy, so I skipped that. Let's go ahead and start with the lip and cheek in English Rose. I'm gonna go ahead and use the ones that I have open, and then eventually I'll open the new ones. But this shade is just such a beautiful, fresh pink. What I like about this shade in particular is that it looks like a very natural flush. It looks like if I were to go for a run, kind of what my skin does. This formula, it's so nice. It does give you a little bit of a natural radiance. I never feel like I need a highlight on top of this. It ends up feeling like way too much if I do that. It just brings a very natural glow to your skin. But what I like about this shade is it doesn't compete with my hair. I have so much warmth from my hair. And sometimes if I use too much of like a warm terracotta shade, it can make me feel like the Great Pumpkin. But this shade is so beautiful, so easy to use. This formula is so nice and creamy, adds a lot of hydration. You'll find that with a lot of Jones Road products is that they have a lot of moisturizing qualities to them, which is actually quite nice. Like I said, you don't really need an extra highlight on top of this. You could definitely use the Miracle Balm if you were on the drier side. And they've actually launched a ton of newer shades of the Miracle Balm. I think at the moment I have Flushed and Dusty Rose. But that is English Rose of the lip and cheek. And you know what? I'll go ahead and put some on my lips too, just so you can see what that looks like. I like to do like that and then work it in with my finger. It just adds like a really nice wash of color and moisture on my lips. I really love this because it is a multi-purpose product. Always going to be a big fan of a multi-purpose product, and especially one that I can just throw in my bag and really kind of be done with it. So let's go ahead and show off the bronzer. The first thing I will tell you is that I've loved their powder eyeshadows. I think the formula is really nice. And what I have found is that they kind of absorb oils, so I don't feel like things slide around as much on me. So you'll see the medium tan color, it's really a nice shade. And the one thing I have found after I applied this was that it's a very easy to use formula. Sometimes when you have a bronzer and you start like trying to tap it on your skin, you'll end up with a big splotch of color. And I feel like this is really sheer and buildable enough that you're not gonna get that like splat of color on your face. You'll notice I'm dabbing because I do have a few acne spots that I've covered up, but look at how beautiful this is. I really, really love this already. I can tell you that much. Has a slightly mattifying quality to it, which I'm also not mad about because I do tend to get a little oily. Run some of this across the center of my face. Look how pretty that is. Super easy. That's the one thing I love so much about Jones Road is you don't have to think too hard. You don't have to be like an expert at putting on makeup. You're gonna look your best basically no matter what. It's really one of the most foolproof, easy to use, delightful lines I think I have used. And I think that's why I love it so much. It's great if you are busy and you need to get out the door fast. I have a small child. There's some days that I can't sit and dedicate a ton of time to my makeup. I need to get going. And this has been some really great lifesaver type products. Look how much like warmer my face looks. I look less washed out. I love a bronzer, especially moving into cooler months, because it's really going to make you look more awake, more alive, not so washed out, because I tend to get very washed out. And you know what? I'm going to run a little bit of this like over my eyes just for a little extra. Look at that. That's beautiful. This is a beautiful bronzer. They said that this would launch individually from the kit in 2023. So right now, if you're wanting to try this, you do have to get the Bobbi Kit. Okay, let's add some Smokey Grey. I'm just going to use, again, the one that I already have open. And where did my brush go? I do have quite a few Jones Road makeup brushes. I have, I think, most of their eye brushes, which are really, really wonderful, by the way. I'm going to put this on. So one of the things that I have found about Jones Road that I think I love so much is that I really feel like it just kind of fits with my own personal makeup philosophy. A lot of times, like when I'm wearing makeup, I'm not, look at that color, it's so beautiful. It has like a subtle lilac shift. I'm sorry for the tangent. I find that when I wear makeup, I'm oftentimes not trying to change my face, change my features a ton. I'll subtly shift by, you know, doing a little bit more of a lip liner or, you know, trying to make my eyes look a little larger, more awake, whatever. But like, I'm not like sculpting my face hardcore. And I think a lot of that really does come back to Bobbi herself, because when I was in college, I had one of the Bobbi Brown makeup books, and it really, I think, helped shape my personal view and philosophy on makeup. And I really just want to look like the best version of myself. Like, don't get me wrong, I do play with colors sometimes and go a little more vibrant and that sort of thing, but I still want to look like me. And I definitely have Bobbi Brown to thank for that. So it's really kind of cool now that I'm older, having Jones Road send me product from the Bobbi herself. Like, it's just really such a cool experience. I'm gonna add a little bit of this on my lower lid. Look at that, it's so pretty. This shadow is just so easy to use. I'm using their blending brush. I just like this for a very sheer wash of color. I think it really makes it pretty easy and foolproof anytime you want to do a smoky look. You could obviously use their fluffy brush too for this, but I really like this one because it just makes it very, very soft and diffused from the get-go. I'm really not having to put forth a lot of effort to blend it out. Okay, eyeshadow, done. Now I'm gonna add a little bit of the Best Pencil in Brown. I love this shade so, so much. Literally my favorite brown pencil, and that's saying a lot because brown is my favorite type of eyeliner to use. I don't really use black unless I'm using like a gel or a cream or like a pen style, like more of like a cat eye. Anytime I wear eyeliner in pencil form, it's always brown. This pencil is just so easy to use. It's very creamy. But I also don't feel like it moves around a ton once I've got it on. It does tend to get a little softer throughout the day, but again, I'm not mad about that. I'm fine with my makeup looking a little more lived in after I've lived in it for a bit. And another thing I'll say is there is kind of this trend right now of creating a really fast lived in look from the get-go. This is a great pencil for that. Look how well these colors play together. It's just really beautiful. Not doing too much of a wing, just kind of sticking close to my own natural shape. I'll do a little more right here. Pull it in a little more, okay? I'm gonna do a little tiny bit on the outer corners. I always feel like doing this right here just really helps to make my eyes look a little bigger. It doesn't close them in from, you know, doing it all the way across, but it adds that extra little framing to your eye. All right. And then we're gonna add on some of the Cool Gloss because that is also in the kit. If you've seen my previous reviews, the one thing I'll say about the Cool Gloss is it is very pepperminty, which can be kind of a, I don't know, I feel like it can be a little bit of an irritant for some people. But you know, it's been a while since I had tried this, and I'm gonna put on just a little on top of lip and cheek. This color is gorgeous. I think, you know, it's my personal preference for a lip product would be something a lot less minty, and I think a little thicker. But I do like this on top of something else because it kind of cuts down on that spicy mint feeling a bit. And you know, it's a nice formula for reviving your lips a bit if the color has kind of worn off or just feels kind of dry. It's good for that. Last thing I'm going to put on, which is not part of the Bobbi Kit, but I do happen to have it already, is the mascara. I love this stuff so much. It's always beautiful. It always wears great all day. I don't really have a lot of like transfer issues or anything with this mascara. And the other thing that I love so much about it is that it has got this big chubby brush that is slightly curved. So when I put it on, I don't have to curl my lashes. I don't have to do anything. They're just gonna look pretty great no matter what. Let me put this on and show you. I made a little bump right there, but you can see it just makes my lashes look so smoky and full and fluttery. I love this mascara so much. I've actually had several tubes of this, like since its launch. It's been one of those things that I've kind of always had a backup because I do love it and I don't want to be without it. Let me go ahead and put on a little bit more, and then on the second coat, I'm gonna add a little bit to my lower lashes too. Okay, there's two. I'm gonna put a little bit, just kind of lightly dab it on my lower lashes. Nothing too crazy there. Not even re-dipping it, just taking what's left on this brush. This brush is big, so it holds a fair amount of product, but the thing I have found with this brush is it doesn't overload the brush with product. They've got a really great wiping mechanism, so you really end up with like a nice amount of product on here. You're not having to wipe it off a ton. Look at that. That is so good. So, so good. After my second coat, when I put on mascara, I tend to look at the balance between my eyes and see if there's any areas that need a little extra to look balanced out. I'm gonna get a brush and kind of dust off where I bumped it on my skin, but like, look at those lashes. They're so beautiful. I love this stuff so much. That is the Bobbi Kit 2.0. I feel so cute and put together right now. And I love this bronzer. I love what this did for my skin. It's such an easy to use bronzer. If you are a bronzer novice, or you just feel kind of nervous putting on makeup, or you just don't want to fuss with it a whole bunch, this is a fantastic bronzer. I mean, you saw what it did. It really woke up my face. I went from very flat and pale looking to looking much more vibrant and alive, and like I maybe just came back from a vacation. I love this kit so much, obviously because I already had a lot of the shades, so it was a really great top up for me. Thank you so much to Jones Road for sharing this with me, because I truly have loved your brand since day one. And you can find this on their website. This is a limited edition kit. If you miss out on ordering this kit, you should be able to order all of these colors from their website or from Credo. I do have a link through Credo if you want to order any of these individually, but like I said, if you want to get the kit, you can get this from their website. So I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that it was helpful, and if you enjoyed it, please give it a little thumbs up. That does help other people to find my channel. And if you want to see more of this type of content from me, make sure you subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye.